So that's me when I used to live in London, trying to make ends meet as a filmmaker, until one day I saw the light and decided to get rid of all the junk in my life, reducing it to just the things I needed to do what I had always dreamed of, to travel the world endlessly making films. So I said goodbye to my friends and family and set out on my great big adventure. What I have learned is that when you let go of your fears and relentlessly pursue your creativity in every aspect of your life, the universe will find a way for you to live your dream. Less than a year later, I met my perfect partner on a bus in Thailand, and now we have the perfect baby too. So this is the story of 3 travelers with one mission: to follow our creativity and keep having fun. Back in my London day, I went by the name of Time-lapse Sam. I love to shoot time-lapse, my name was Sam. I guess you can see where I was going with that one. So, this is where I lived. It wasn't much, but I had a garden. And I had some local friends too. My garden was their home long before I got there, so I treated them with respect and left them food when they needed it. This little guy was called Front Cat. He used to live on the streets, but when it was cold, I let him sleep in the living room. My own cat, Prince, well, he just had to get used to it. There was plenty of time to have fun with him when the other animals weren't around. Oh, really love that cat. Now let's not forget about Mr. Foxy. He behaved more like a dog than a fox, sitting in the garden every day waiting for his food. And just for the record, I did have human friends. Look, there's one now, filming Mr. Foxy. I wonder what he's up to now. The fox, I mean. Okay, this is my first moving time-lapse device. It enabled me to move my shots left and right, up and down, getting a much more interesting kind of shot. Then I invested in the big boy, the tracking system, where I could move my camera along a 1-meter track, enabling me to get a whole different kind of shot. Around about that time, I started to organize my life a bit better, started eating healthier and thinking healthier. It wasn't that I was unhappy the way I was living before, just something didn't feel quite right. My heart was telling me to travel, but I didn't have the money, so instead I started sun-gazing and meditating. I learned about the law of attraction and crystals and the chakras. I opened my mind to a new way of life. I even tried dancing in the rain at Stonehenge on the summer solstice. It wasn't long before the universe had engineered the perfect exit plan for me, and I had little choice but to simply let it flow. I thought I'd come over here and watch my stuff go from the neighbor's yard. That is 30 years worth of collecting shit, presently on its way out. So I said goodbye to my garden, and I said goodbye to my animals. I said goodbye to my nice comfy bedroom, and I said goodbye to my house. Prince went to live with my uncle and aunt in the country, and I packed a bag with everything I needed to continue shooting moving time-lapse. I didn't have much money, but what I did have was a whole bunch of enthusiasm. My friend and fellow time-lapse enthusiast Dominika was already waiting for me in the south of France, where together we planned on walking the Camino de Santiago, a pilgrimage route across northern Spain. So, I'm here! It is the end of the first day. The sun is setting. As you can see, the camera is clicking. I'm so excited. I just keep having these little moments where I'm just really excited. I'm here, I'm in the south of France. I'm in a beautiful little village called Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port. It's the traditional beginning of the Camino de Santiago. And I'm here, and I feel like this is an important moment because we've started walking. We're following this lady because we don't know the way. I got bananas, I got my solar panel, I've actually got shoes. You may see that I have shoes. This is mostly because everybody told me I was mad doing it barefoot. So I have shoes just in case I need them. Do you know, I'm probably going to sell them within the next week, however, because they're heavy. Although they're quite useful for holding apples. It's awesome scenery. It's just awesome. We went the wrong way. Dominika's waiting somewhere up a road. I've gone back without my backpack to ascertain whether we went the wrong way, and we did. So it only took 3 hours to get lost. I'm off on a solo mission to try and find us a nice place to spend the night. That's what it's all about. You can sleep anywhere you like and it's free of charge. Dominika is just setting up a time lapse behind me. The sun is about half an hour from setting, and in the morning the sun will rise just over there. So we're in the perfect spot to get a time lapse in the morning. This is the resulting shot of that glorious sunset. And in the morning we watch the clouds dancing for us in the valley below. We've met some amazing people. We just met an Italian guy. He's got 20 euros, no food. So we gave him our trail mix, which we made yesterday. It had cacao in it. I think he's gonna like it. I don't know where we are now, but we found this awesome mountain stream. And I'm basically gonna bath clean in it and drink lots of it. I'm pretty sure it's healthy. We haven't really stopped walking up for 2 days, so I reckon we're pretty high now. We found a Virgin Mary. She looks quite lonely up here. And just an awesome view of the Pyrenees. Oh, and some sheep. It's got like a dreadlock now running down one side, and a cowbell, which is a bit odd for a horse. I guess here they call it a horse bell. I've just never seen a horse with a bell. So we've just stopped for sort of brunch, and that is the last place to buy food for
next 20 kilometers.
20 kilometers. Now bear in mind, we walked 4 kilometers on the first day yesterday. So we got nuts. We got a good knowledge of what can be eaten locally. I hear fern is very tasty at this time of year. Oh yeah, and we have a cake for a treat later tonight. We ran out of water. Not very clever. Bit of an oversight on my part. We should have filled up at that last stream that I was splashing around in. Anyway, after walking for quite a long time, we found this really crazy little mini farm living on the edge of a cliff. And the guy tells me, oh, first of all, the guy gave me a bottle of water, which was very nice. But he also said that that mountain over there is Spain, and the border is just around here. This place feels a lot like New Zealand. Not that I've ever been, but I've seen Lord of the Rings. And yeah, there's something very kind of, I don't know, orky about this area. Just wanted to catch this moment here. I've just been sun gazing for the last 20 minutes. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The camera is clicking away right on the edge of a cliff. Woo woo. Yeah, it's safe, I think. We've had a very hard day's walk today. It's the end of day 2. It's been unbelievable. We're now going to do some stretching because we think it's important to stretch at the end of a long day of hauling a ridiculously heavy amount of kit up a mountain. And that night, the Milky Way showed itself to us in all its glory. Morning. We got up a bit later than expected today because it was really, really windy all night. And it sounded like there were some weird animals like nibbling at our tent. It's a bit scary because when you go outside, you're standing right next to a cliff and the wind is blowing you right off the cliff. Let me take it outside. I think this hut is here for pilgrims. Pilgrims to sleep in. Oh, that would have been nice. Forest! It's our first forest on the journey, and I'm pretty sure we're sort of on a plateau right now, and we're going to start going downhill soon, so hopefully it's going to get easier. But yeah, and I'm still walking barefoot. Oh, this is awesome to walk in. Look at this. I mean, it's so fluffy and yummy. Yeah, a lot of people have stopped and wondered why I'm not wearing shoes. Yeah, I mean, the reality is, if you're wearing shoes, you get blisters. We just saw a guy who's been walking the same distance as us. He took his shoes off and he's got a whopping great blister. And hello, just don't wear shoes, people, and you don't get blisters. Right, we just stopped because we found blueberries. So yeah, what we're doing is we're gonna pick a good amount and put them in our receptacle, and yeah, we shall eat blueberries all the way to Pamplona. As soon as we started picking blueberries, what we noticed was that lots of other people came and started picking blueberries, and as soon as I mentioned to someone we were picking blueberries because we didn't have any food, this lady just come and gave us some fruit, and you can see two little berries, two little, I don't know what they are. Plums in there. And anyway, so we got plums and berries and nuts, and we're absolutely fine, and all things are awesome. And we met a cool old geezer who had a saying for us.
Young men have dreams of what is to come. Old men have memories.
We are at 1,400 meters above sea level right now.
Oh, somebody's camping there. Cool. Yeah.
And somebody is camping down there. Why not? Beautiful spot. Just want to capture a bit more of this amazing forest. It's really special. I can't really describe it. Me likey. Classic. We have a map of sorts. But yeah, the hilarious thing, on this map there's a sign that says, do not go through the forest, it's really dangerous and it's forbidden. And the first thing I thought when we saw that was, I want to go through the forest. And purely by chance, we have accidentally gone through the forest on the forbidden, dangerous route. So I feel really happy about that now. And look, I mean, there's other people and they're way older than us, so it can't be that dangerous. So yeah, we're in the forbidden forest. We have arrived at a checkpoint where we can buy food and maybe find a campsite. We have walked 24k in just over 2 days. And I'm feeling quite proud of myself. Oh wow. And there's water here. And we got a leaflet. Peace with God. Oh wow, look at this. Oh man, I'm gonna dive in. Washing my clothes in a stream. So, I would say you just do this a little bit and it'll all get clean eventually. I'm washing myself and this water is freezing. Oh, and it's lovely. Lovely but freezing. Oh. It's a bit weird sleeping last night. It actually got really cold. But love this little spot. Just eating a whole tub of, well, I was going to say Spanish blackberries. Much better than French blackberries. Solar panel working, clothes drying. We're going to walk back up to the castle and see what's going down. We may stay here a few days. It's really nice. I found a beautiful valley whilst looking for a place to poop this morning. And I think I want to shoot a time lapse there. Oh, I'm in heaven. I love forests, and this is just as good as they come. Really special. We're thinking about moving the tent down here to that little zone, sort of there-ish. It's almost flat, and yeah, maybe staying for another night. That's the great thing about not being in a hurry. Just stay for a couple more nights. This is what it's all about. This is why I lug this rather heavy kit up here for moving time lapse. I'm shooting HDR, which means I'm doing 3 frames. Oh wow, it looks so good. 3 frames of different exposures, which all get blended into one in the end, and then you make your time lapse with all those individual shots made from the trio of shots. It looks unbelievable, and I'm addicted to it, which is better than some of my previous addictions. I have found rather small but rather tasty type of mushroom. Glorious little things. If you look carefully, you can find. Something I've noticed, particularly with the blackberries and the blueberries that we've been eating, is they're much smaller than what you're accustomed to seeing in supermarkets, because of course these are natural blueberries and blackberries. They naturally grow much smaller. They haven't been genetically modified like the ones we see in our supermarkets. So yeah, you've got to pick more of them to get your sustenance, but wow, they are so tasty and so full of nutrition. And as I keep saying, if you're not in a hurry, it doesn't matter. You can spend all day picking. So while I was sitting here picking my mushrooms, I found an American beech tree. Let me get you a good example. American beech tree nut. So they look a bit like that. But yeah, you crack these little bad boys open, and inside is a lovely little nut. And they're really nutritious, they're really tasty, and they'll probably go really well with the mushrooms. I have just erected a fly net because I quite fancied sleeping outside tonight. Who knows how that's gonna go. I might get scared by weird animal noises, and I might get cold. So yeah, let's see how it goes. I'm using 2 tripods. Yeah, and Dominika's gonna sleep in the tent. Morning. Yeah, it rained last night. So I didn't sleep in the fly net. I slept in the tent, and actually I slept really well. Oh, also I wanted to say that the mushrooms we picked yesterday turned out to be not so good for eating. I did actually download a edible mushroom guide, and no, they are on the top 10 poisonous list. They look a little bit like one that's on the top 10 edible list, but no, I'm still quite sleepy mode. So I'm gonna sit here by this stream. The sun's just coming up, and I'm gonna meditate for 20 minutes, half an hour, until Dominika wakes up. I've really enjoyed this forest. It's been so beautiful. Anyway, it's time to go. Spent a couple of nights here. Met lots of funky people. And now we're back on the road to Santiago. We depart in the rather strange place of Roncevaux. Thank you, Roncevaux. And au revoir. Oh, I mean, mañana. No, but not really, because we're not.
Adios.
Adios. Only 790 kilometers to go.